Make sure we get that Fur Tech equipment after the grooming equipment off the racetrack. It's in the starter's hands. It's anybody's final. 16 sleds about to go green. It's in the starter's hands officially. And they are racing. Somebody with a great jump on the inside. Up the hill go 16 sleds here in Duluth. Oh, another Superman. Banged her head just a little bit there on the handlebars. We got a rider off on the other side. Something caught on the side of her helmet.
That's, I think, her visor that's broke, 196.
And I believe a rider trapped between the sleds there, the 223.
223.
Looks like she's okay, though.
Yep. That would have been Miranda Schmidt.
Let's see if we can get an idea what happened here. I mean, you got 16 sleds into the turn there. These guys coming through clean.
Oh, there was the Superman holding on.
That's the Superman.
Oh, that, you get, and then she got rear-ended, that sled, that Arctic Cat right behind her.
There you go. There's a rider in between those sleds right there. But again,
she was clear, and the sleds rolled back, and she got pinched between them.
Exactly.
Well, good that everyone is up and racing once again, a little action. Well, I'll tell you what. The ladies, they were all after it. They wanted that lead early on.
And your leader right now, Victoria Hawley. As we are now 2 laps into this race, and Victoria is ahead of Maylene Anderson, and I believe it's Signe Bråten, who's right now in 3rd. But this is anybody's race right now.
Sled squaring away. There you see Victoria going to the top part of the racetrack, and she's going to have a couple of lappers in her front of her right from the get-go, and those would be some of the sleds that were involved in that incident early on.
Look at this.
Hawley getting by, and now she's got some competition.
Victoria Hawley, Maylene Anderson continue to battle, but here comes Megan Brodeur.
Megan Brodeur, you bet.
Up the hill they go towards the Air Force flyaway. It's a dead heat at the top of the hill into the cat corner.
Boy, they got some lappers up on the top side here, too.
I think Megan Brodeur may have just taken the spot there.
It did look that way. There you see her on her skidoo. And boy, look at her take to the inside. She is just really making her way around the downhill.
And we do have a new leader here in Duluth.
Megan Brodeur is your new race leader. Megan out of course, Quebec, Canada.
Great shot as she makes her way through some lap traffic. 4 laps into this race and 4 laps to go for Megan Brodeur.
Boy, she loves to race. You've seen her Friday. She raced in a couple of different classes. I said, are you going to race in more classes all year? She says, no, that was really just for practice.
It's Brodeur. It's Maylene Anderson over the Amsoil finish line. Elina Ullman right now in 3rd. Victoria Hawley has dropped back to 4th. And I believe that was Signe Bråten right now running 5th. Up the hill goes your leader. Still bunched up behind her back there. Amanda Dutzman in 6th, Alexa Callan in 7th, Marky Farmer in 8th, Jennifer Martell right now being scored in 9th. But there is your leader. The 31 of Megan Brodeur out of Quebec, Canada for Anderson Racing. 2 laps to go for the hardware. Megan gets a look to her right at one of her team members. Glances over her shoulder at the closest competitor and heads back up the hill. I believe that's the 2nd place rider right on her tail there at the top of the hill. 3rd place just dropped out. Something mechanically over there for the 93 sled of Maylene Anderson.
Boy, that'll move Victoria Hawley back up onto the podium. Hawley was sliding back in the standings, but a break for her there could put her back in 3rd place.
White flag is out for your leader. Megan Brodeur 1 lap away from victory. Elina Ullman again right now in 2nd. Victoria Hawley in 3rd. at the top of the hill, through the cat corner, through the dog leg one final time, and headed for the flames right now.
Works his way through the lap traffic, looking good.
Towards the Amsoil finish line, the flames in the air for Megan Bråten, and the big win. Elina Oman comes across very close to her in second.
There's her dad right down there. You seen that he had thumbs up for Megan.
And third place across the Amsoil finish line as well. And your top three will look like this: Megan Bråten, Elina Oman, and Victoria Hawley. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations to our competitors as we take a look again at what was a action-packed start to this Pro-Am women race. We see that, the Superman right there. She somehow holds on to it, gets hit from behind, gets moving again, and then more catastrophe happened.
And that was your number one qualifier, Elina Oman, that had the problems on the uphill.
That was the pass for the lead, and after that, it was nothing but Megan Bråten for the rest of that race.
There you see her working around some lap traffic as she comes across for the checkered flags.
Great way to start the season with fist in the air, Megan Bråten. Handing out the hardware momentarily after all these racers get their helmets off, get their congratulations from their teammates, then they can get their hardware. Again, thanks to all our fans. A great crowd on hand for a beautiful afternoon in Duluth. You can see from here the lake closest to us starting to freeze over just a little bit out there.
Kind of neat seeing some ships this far back in the port getting loaded and heading in, headed out. You know, that's the story that they tell this time of year when it gets cold, and of course the winds of November come, and of course some of the storms out on the lakes, but a lot of these captains trying to get one last load in.
Just a couple of days left of the winds of November. It's almost the winds of December.
All right, let's introduce the individuals that are on the podium here in the Pro-Am women's class. In third place, out of Scandia, Michigan, racing for Skidoo, Woody's Traction Products, and Goodwin Auto on the number 246, Victoria Hawley. In second place, racing for Mystic Lubricants FXR, Wicked Auto, CNA Pro Ski, and Polaris on the number 170 Polaris, Elina Oman. And your winner, out of Quebec, Canada, racing for Anderson Racing, BRP Walls Unlimited, and Fly Racing on the number 31 Skidoo, Megan Bråten. Let's go down trackside to Chelsea.
Well, what a race here in Pro-Am Women. I've got our third place rider, Victoria Hawley. I was talking to you yesterday and you told me your family calls you the old lady that never quits. So what do you tell them now that you're up on the box here?
Told ya. I'm glad to be back.
And who do you want to thank?
My dad, my husband, my mom back at home watching the kids, and Skidoo, of course. Thank you.
Congratulations, Victoria. And in second place, we have Elina Oman. Welcome. How is it racing in the United States?
Oh, it's so much fun.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. Who do you want to thank today?
I want to thank Team Southside, Polaris, Mystic, FXR, Spy, Foxshot, my boyfriend Peter, my family, and everyone who helped me. Thank you.
Well, congratulations. And up on top of the box, a familiar face here at ISOC, Megan Bråten, welcome back. What are your goals for this season?
Train hard and try to get first place. And I'd like to thank BRP Racing, Anderson's team, Walls Unlimited, Star Suspension, and KLS, all my friends and my family watching me, Scott, and Fly Racing too.
Well, congratulations. That's your Pro-Am Women top three. I'm going to send it back to you guys.
Congratulations to the three ladies. Again, Megan Bråten, Elina Oman, and Victoria Hawley. on their finishes here in the Pro-Am women's class. Well, coming up, we got the Pro Open LCQ and then a couple of huge finals here